Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's the annual Merry Christmas episode from your 1973 podcast. We got a little bit of ho, 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 and maybe some no, 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 but that's okay. We're here, we're festive. Whatever you're, light the menorah, do whatever you got to do. A couple of Hebrews on this podcast. We'll, we'll get right into it. Shaggy's already laughing. I love it.
Um, you're just gonna get a shadow ban right now, right from the get-go for
Yeah,
saying
right out the gate.
man, HR department's gonna be out hunting for certain people. Jeez Louise, man.
Well, we try to go fast and furious with this episode. So, Ed, you know how we start every episode?
That I
One watch,
do.
everybody knows the rules. It's
That I
you have
do.
the floor.
Sure, I have the floor. I'll come in with the big Gordie Howe elbow just for just to bring it in here. Hey there, podcast fans. Are you ready to show off your love for the 1973 podcast? We've got over 20 different designs of t-shirts and hoodies that capture the essence of classic stuff. Whether you're a fan of the show or just love that retro feel, we've got something for everyone. From bold prints to subtle nods to your favorite personalities, each piece is made with top-notch quality that has timeless, we're talking timeless style that you crave. Perfect. I mean, we're talking about like Mr. Perfect.
Perfect.
Okay, like throwing a football. For lounging at home, we're making a statement out and about. Don't wait. Our collection is flying off the shelves faster than you can say, don't be cheap, buy a shirt. Visit us now at bonfire.com and grab your favorites before they're gone. And then check us out at the 1973 Podcast t-shirt store on YouTube. Just click the link below.
All right. So, one watch, everybody knows the rules. The movie review, you know how we do it. It was Shaggy's pick last week. Shaggy, want to fill everybody in on what you picked and why you picked it and your score?
Our pick was Dolemite Is My Name. It's an Eddie Murphy movie based on the person Rudy Ray Moore, who developed the character of Dolomite. So give you a little background before we go into it. So basically, I don't know, would you cover the movie first or cover who Dolomite is?
Uh, you have the floor.
All right. So first, I'll give you a little background. So Dolomite is my name. Is the name of the movie. Rudy Ray Moore developed this character Dolomite. He became an underground sensation. So he started off. Rudy Ray Moore was a singer. He was a comedian, and he running into this gentleman at a record store when he was selling his dirty records, and he would ask for him to do these Dolomite like raps, like little zingers and stuff like that. And he liked it so much that he took the material and made it into his own like act. So that's how he became famous with his act as Dolomite and stuff like that. And then it was getting so big underground that he made a movie about it, and that's what this movie's based off of. Give you a little background about Rudy Ray Moore too. So he was a singer. He was known as the Godfather of rap, actually. Snoop Dogg was quoted, "Without Rudy Ray Moore, there'd be no Snoop Dogg," and that's for real. So like a lot of guys actually like use his rhyming and stuff. Dr. Dre, Two Life Crew, Wu Tang, they all give Rudy Ray Moore. Yeah, thank you, sir. Give Rudy Ray Moore credit for that stuff. One thing I thought was interesting. So they made the movie for about $140,000, and it took in about $10 million. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But basically, it is just I consider it like a Naked Gun version of those movies like Shaft and like Superfly and stuff like that. So he's like a kung fu pimp, but with a comedy side to it. Yeah, and I thought the movie was all right. Definitely gave me. I've seen the movie Dolomite before, but actually watching like the story behind it, I thought was actually pretty neat. And it started with we got a lot of big famous people in there. You got Keegan Michael Key, Craig Robinson, Titus Burger, Snoop Dogg, Chris Rock, and Wesley Snipes all in that movie. So I thought it was pretty neat. I'm going to give it like a 7.2. I thought it was actually pretty good.
All right, Ed. One watch. Everybody knows the rules.
Well, first off, I'll just say this. I knew nothing about anything about this movie. I thought it was very entertaining. Sorry, guys, I live under a rock, okay? Well, what do you want me to say?
Matt poison.
I get no respect around here. You know what I'm saying? Get no respect.
Well, I'd say one thing I was saying it kind of resembles that how Ronnie Dangerfield started off as a comedian under his own name, and then it wasn't working out. He left, came back as Ronnie Dangerfield, and the rest was history.
I mean, I thought it was pretty entertaining. I thought it was pretty entertaining. I like the fact that they took a lot of stuff, like that he took some of the raps from like homeless people that would come into the record store and that type of thing. I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that the movie moved along pretty cool. Just and it seemed like it was. I thought it was just entertaining. So I'll give it a 6.8.
I'll jump in on this one. I was trying to not give up too much when before we started recording because I wanted to talk about this movie because this is one of those times where Shaggy had picked a movie and I didn't even know it had existed, and I was so glad that I watched this because such a big fan of uh, that genre of film that's like a Quentin Tarantino or a Kevin Smith style of pop culture that I grew up loving. Big. I've seen all the black exploitation movies. I've seen all the kung fu movies. I've seen all the exploitation early 70s horror movies that were just Lust for Dracula, all that stuff. Even Blackula, Blackenstein. I've seen them all. I was very happy that I got to watch this because I hadn't seen Dolemite in forever, but I do know the story. I thought it was a really good take, entertaining take from Eddie Murphy for people that don't know the Dolemite story. And I suggest that if you are a younger film buff, Dolemite is definitely one of those movies that is definite watch for a lot of different reasons. I enjoyed the story. How he was the ultimate hustler, had nothing, had an issue with his father, and moved to California for like millions of other people had tried to do. And the thing about him is he just kept hustling. He hustled to get his stage act going. Then he hustled that into a record deal. Then he hustled that into a movie career. And the thing I was telling Shaggy that I didn't know, I knew that they had made like two Dolemite movies, a sequel to the original, but I didn't know that they had put out 7 total Dolemite movies. And it's really interesting going back to like the VHS rentals and things like that, how these kind of movies have been forgotten. And if you love cinema history and how things are an homage to things now, it's great to go back and watch Shaft, Dolemite, Foxy Brown, Superfly, all those movies. No matter what kind of genre you're into, if you love movies, those movies should be watched. If you love, especially the Tarantino stuff and the Kevin Smith stuff, because a lot of that stuff they've kind of paid tribute to, especially Tarantino with like Foxy Brown later on. So my score for this movie, I'm told Shaggy, I'm very happy that I got to watch it. 7.2 for me. Bradford, what do you got?
So this movie, initially when you said it, I was kind of upset because I thought this was going to be one of those typical Hollywood parody spoof remakes. I didn't know it was going to be so biographical of who what's his name, Rudy Ray Moore. I didn't know it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a typical Eddie Murphy movie. You know what I'm saying? With
No
him
Norbert.
yeah. I thought it was going to be him in like 5 different fat suits. And then I saw the runtime of 2 hours, and I was like, "Oh, son of a bitch, Shaggy!" Like I started already subtracting points off of it. But then when I got into the movie, first of all, I didn't even know this shit was on Netflix, and it's a
Me
pretty
neither.
new movie.
Me neither.
It's pretty new, and I'm like you, Andy. Like I'm fully aware of the black exploitation, the sexploitation, the '70s horror flicks. Them 70 horror flicks, the girl's running through the woods and she trips and she comes back up and she's topless, Like they found any excuse to show tits in those old horror movies, man.
And not to cut you off, Brad, but they talk about that kind of in
Yeah,
this, the way that
yeah,
they want to create a movie just like that hits all the genres all in one.
yeah.
But go ahead.
Yep, yeah, for sure. And so as I'm watching it, and like the first 15 minutes, man, I was hooked. I was like, is this like one of those underrated, really good movies on Netflix that people just don't know about? Because I had no idea they made this movie, y'all. I didn't even know who Rudy Ray Moore was until this movie. I'm being honest with you. I've heard of Shaft and all the other ones, but I never heard of Dolomite. And Dolomite itself was kind of a parody of the era's in their black exploitation films. But if you had to pick like a who's who of a black comedy cast, this movie's it. Mike Epps, Chris Rock, they're all in it. Matter of fact, Chris Rock had the best line in the movie. He said, "It's like Christmas, except your daddy ain't drunk and your mama ain't crying." I actually watched this at work today, and I was laughing my ass off. Um, this is actually a really good movie, man. Like I would recommend this as a top 10 watch to anybody. I was pissed that it was a 2 hour runtime, but I'm glad Shaggy picked it because had he not picked it, no chance in hell I would have ever watched it. Probably one, in my opinion, one of Eddie Murphy's better movies. I mean, right up there with shit. I'm having a brain fart. When he's in jail with Martin Lawrence and them.
Oh,
Fuck is that
Life.
movie? Life, yeah, love that
Life,
movie.
yeah.
Love that movie. But one of Eddie Murphy's better movies because he's not just wearing fat suits and doing comedy the whole 2 hours, right? It's a really good movie. And if you really would get into the nitty gritty of who Rudy Ray Moore is, like you alluded to it, Andy, he's like leadership potential of this guy, like taking absolute nothing. And there's a scene in the movie where he's in the crack house and he promised the landlord he'd get all the crackheads out if they could use the building. There's no power, there's no water. He tells the film crew go steal electricity from the neighbors. And Wesley Snipes, I'll be honest with you, you had me at Wesley Snipes. Like it's one of my favorite actors of all time. But Wesley Snipes is acting like a prick, and Rudy Ray Moore like grabs him. He's like, "Bro, if there's a job to be done, I'm the first to do it. If somebody is hungry, I'll make the sandwiches. If a box needs to be moved, I'll move the box. I got more invested in this than anybody else, and I'm willing to do all the dirty work." I mean, that's leadership. That is true leadership, man. Like, dude should go. Well, I think he's dead now, but he could have went and did speaking engagements and motivational, speaking engagements for leadership. And he would have inspired a whole nation. So I love the movie. I'm gonna give it a 7.5, man. Like I've really enjoyed this film, dude. Really enjoyed it. Great pick, Shaggy. I'd have never watched it if you hadn't picked it, man. Those are rare. Netflix gem. If you're listening, watching, go watch this movie.
Yeah, and after you watch it, go watch Dolemite so you can compare what it is versus this semi biopic. Phantom.
Hey, 7.5 is when Dolemite came out.
Yeah. Let's have it.
Yeah, I liked it too. It was the thing that was funny is as I was scrolling through looking for it, I've like seen like that movie art for that movie so many times and never dialed in enough to actually even realize that it was Eddie Murphy because he's kind of like full bodied in it. So like, I didn't realize that was like an Eddie Murphy movie. Going into it, I did just from when Shaggy kind of gave the quick little preview, but it was like had a little bit of everything. It was kind of had an inspirational story, had a little flair of comedy, had little serious moments. I had seen Dolomite like probably as a kid, but after I was done watching it, just because it was like fresh in my mind, I kind of just like went looking for that, and I started watching it, and I was surprised at like the scenes that they kind of showed that when them filming. They did a great job because when I was watching Dolomite following, I was like, oh shit, this is like the exact scene. Like I actually knew what part it was. So overall, not I don't think I quite liked it as much as you guys. Definitely a good movie. I'll give it more like a 6.5. But it was definitely entertaining. Definitely worth watching. I'm more of a Robert Townsend kind of guy. But
Meteor Man? Okay.
Hollywood Shuffle.
One of the greats. But in total, definitely good movie.
Yeah, I'm glad Shaggy picked it. Professor, you're batting cleanup this week.
Sure enough, yeah, Shaggy, I got to give you credit because when you first said this last week, I didn't know anything about it, and I'm like, oh boy, it's like 3 weeks in a row of three stinkers. But this surprised me. This surprised me. It was really good.
Not a stinker.
I forgot about Airheads. I'm sorry.
3 out of 4. 3 out of 4.
Yes.
Say it.
But it was
say the movie I picked was terrible. Just say it.
It was terrible, Ed. I've said that several times.
I know.
But
Hey, mine was terrible on purpose, though.
yes.
Funny story. I'm not going to delete you as a friend on Facebook. Okay.
So this movie, I didn't realize how many people was in it. Like Brad said, all the actors, and I have to say, going off his Wesley Snipes things. I said before we came on that I was not a big fan of his, and I thought he actually did a really good job in this. So I got to give him credit on that. I actually thought this movie surprised me a little bit. Even had like a few like life lessons in it, like always betting on yourself and kind of believing in yourself. So I thought it was really good. I'm gonna just because it surprised me, I upped it a couple tenths of a point. I'm going with a 7.4.
Mm.
Okay.
It did earn Murphy a Golden Globe nomination, by the way.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
I
There you
did
go.
not know that.
So, Professor, what do we have for a final score for
7-1.
7-1? What do you think, Brad?
IMDb's a 7.2.
See?
We're right in. We're in there.
Yeah, all around. Yeah, one thing we do know is movies. We might not know a lot, but I think we're dialed in on the movie stuff. What do you think, fellas?
Yeah, we right in there.
I concur, sir.
No War of the Worlds, but it was decent.
Oh my god, that fucking movie, bro.
Better actors in this movie, there, Phantom.
Oof.
It wasn't on Zoom.
So, Professor, we're waiting for your pick for one watch. Everybody knows the rules. Homework.
Well, I'm going goofy comedy this week. 2018 movie starring Jeremy Renner, Ed Helms, John Hamm, and underrated actor, I think, Jake Johnson in comedies. I'm going with the movie Tag. And I have to say, my wife, who is not into these type of movies, loved it. And she actually was watching it. And she actually said, I can see you idiots doing this. Little does she know, we actually had something like this going for a little while on a couple of the trips we made.
But it involved the Foxy Lady every Friday.
Yes. But so
Nothing wrong with ballet.
So yeah, I already know the story of Tag. I haven't seen,
and it's a true story.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So good pick. So let's transition away from one watch and Bradford, what do you got for wrestling news this week? I have after you bring us up to speed, I have a question for the roundtable that I saw this week. Go ahead.
So a couple big things in WWE, at least. There's been a lot of botches in the women's division. Had a whole botched women's North American Championship match on NXT. Not the biggest deal because it's a mid-card title in the women's division on NXT. But nonetheless, it happened. You expect more from such a premium product, but I just think this goes to show with TKO takeover in the last year, the product has gone down. AEW was voted by Sports Illustrated to be the best promotion of the year. And I forget what PLE or pay-per-view, excuse me, that they had that was voted the best pay-per-view. So right now AEW is kind of looking on the up and up. MJF came back. That's another big thing. Samoa Joe came back just like a month or two ago. So they've got everybody back. I did watch Raw on Monday night, and I've got SmackDown playing in the other room, waiting for Trick Williams to make his debut. Supposedly, that's my boy. But anyway,
he's no Dolemite.
Yeah, what we talked about he's the Dolemite of WWE. What we talked about last week, Gunther with nuclear heat, he couldn't even get his promo cut, and he left and came back 3 times. He's getting death threats. Security had to escort him to the car. He gets out to the car. AJ Styles is out there, and Gunther gets in and rolls the window down and hits him with one of these. And it was hilarious, man. Like, he is playing into it through and through. I loved every bit of it. And then John Cena went on Cody Rhodes' podcast this week. I don't know if you guys caught that in the highlights, but he actually talked about how The Rock showed up and kind of messed everything up last year. Like, he called him out again. He's like, he kind of came out and had this whole thing and nothing was followed up on. And we had to, as actors, we had to do the best we could. And then he leaned into his final match, which we called it last week. We said he leaned into his acting chops and he tried to make it. I feel like he tried to make his last match too poetic with him getting choked out, tapping, and the smile before I'm like, John Cena, buddy, you're not known for your acting skills. Like, just tell the story. I feel like he tried to make it too much of a story, too into it, man, for what his skill set is. Like, that's not what the people wanted, man. The international wrestling community, the IWC, is still pissed. They are super pissed about the ending of that match. I don't think anybody's ever gonna let it go, but it is what it is, man. But if you guys can catch that Cody Rhodes podcast with John Cena, I watched the highlights of it. It's pretty good. It's
So
worth a listen.
let me jump in a second on the Gunther thing. When you get heat like that, that is what you crave for, and it's so hard to get it now that when you get it, just embrace it. Just embrace it and make the next year out of it. Do something with it, because that with social media and spoiler alerts and all that stuff we always talk about, that instant gratification, just run with it. Run with it like it's actually like a real thing. And back to the referee thing, I'll throw this at everybody. It should, if the referee, the realism is in, it's your deal to get your arm up. The referee counts the three, it makes it more legit. Just if you're too stupid to count and get your shoulder up, that's part of your craft, right? It shouldn't be on the referee to cover because it looks bad. It just makes it look more phony. It shouldn't be the referee's fault if they count three. It should be your fault because you couldn't answer the bell or you got the wind knocked out of you. It just bothers me about why people don't watch wrestling, and that's the perfect example of what needs to change. The referee they should know the finish, but they should be legit shoot when they're out there for counting the three for what, two shoulders down. The little things matter, and it all bleeds over into the reason why Ed doesn't watch wrestling and Shaggy doesn't watch like they did. It's all these little nuances that have been lost. Why wrestling is in the state that it's in. Anybody want to add at all?
Well, I think talking about the Gunther thing, they took so much heat online that Triple H actually came out to address it on the show. And to be honest with you, I don't know if they're going to go with kind of make him go into like the Vince McMahon evil leader or not, but they could kind of go into that now with how it's being received.
I think it's bots.
I was so waiting for when Gunther rolled down the window of the car to have Triple H be in the car with him.
Yeah, I was waiting.
I thought for sure it was going to happen.
Like in riding shotgun. I was waiting.
Yeah, like they're in cahoots, but there's still time.
Bro, when he hit the "You Can't See Me," I fell out my chair, bro.
No, that was great.
Oh, I fell out my chair.
Listen, I'm going to bring Ed into this question because I saw a post that Paul Orndorff's son had made this week, and he's been posting a lot since they finally put Paul Orndorff back in the WWE video game this year. Long overdue. I always was a big Paul Orndorff fan. So he posted a question, and he posted, if you thought, this is going to pose a bigger question that I have lined up, but do you think that Paul Orndorff would have made a good Four Horsemen? And if so, who do you take out of the four?
Depends on what incarnation.
Well, we're talking
my
prime.
vote's always Oli.
We're talking prime Four Horsemen.
So not Roma?
Paul Orndorff, is he Horseman material for back in the day? What do you think, Ryan Branco? You're a big Paul Orndorff guy.
I think he kind of fit in. He does. I think in the group and the setup of the group, there can only be one Ric Flair, and he kind of had that same the robes and like. So I don't know if the fit there is good, but like personality and his like how he works, definitely. I think he's definitely good enough to be in the group. I just don't know where's his spot in the group.
Well, he's kind of like, he's not an On, but he's more like a Tully though too, because Tully had the robes, On had the jacket.
Yeah, he did.
And I think he would have done pretty well with JJ Dillon as a manager. It kind of fits his look. They both had that like kind of like I'm better than you smirk. Even JJ pulled it off well.
Yeah.
Ed, what do you think? Paul Orndorff, Horseman?
I think he would have made a great Horseman. And honestly, here's a little twist. Imagine him and Ric Flair as a tag team.
I could see him and like Tully Blanchard as a really good tag team.
You know,
because they both had that like, they were both like legit football guys. Tully had a really good football background. He didn't go pro, but Paul Orndorff did. And I just think he was a really good fit, but that's just me. Now, with that being said, I made a little list of guys that you tell me Four Horsemen fit or not Four Horsemen fit. All right. Prime, not the gimmick. Prime Ted DiBiase. Four Horsemen fit. What do you think?
Yes.
I say yeah. I'll give him a yeah.
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 Nope.
No, Tom says no. How about you, Brad?
I see him filling in for JJ Dillon. Like I can see him talking. Like
I don't know. His when he was like legit, he was not that goofy million
right.
but he could carry off that surly heel. Like the whole Four Horsemen gimmick was like we're better than you, we have more money than you, but we can still like fight. But we're kind of like I don't want to say like I was going to use a word, but we're kind of like wusses a little bit too. What do you think there, Phantom?
I think he'd be a good fit. He's yeah. I don't know the word to use too is like they kind of had that like they gang jump you. So they always had that chicken shit heat.
Yep.
And he
Yep.
could fit into that really well.
I mean, kicking basketball era, yeah, that he would have fit in there perfectly.
Like right at that end of the UWF, like right when he went to that when he first went to WWF, but put the hokey $1 million man stuff aside.
Right.
Just
what do you think there, Professor?
Microphone stuff, like when he did that, not you know what I mean? Like that. I mean that promo is like that's priceless. It's a priceless promo. You know what I mean?
I don't know. The Professor's saying no.
Well, I'm just saying if
Hold
if
the
you're going
standard.
with the original Horseman, the only guy that's going to get replaced is Ole, because those three other guys to me are irreplaceable. They fit their roles perfectly. So if you're going with their, I'd say yeah, you could replace Ole, but I don't think personality wise, I don't think he fit in with those guys with how they. I mean, if you're going with that old gimmick that he had, not the $1 million man gimmick, he didn't fit in with that. They had like the wearing the suits and everything. DiBiase had more of like a everyman, like badass type gimmick, and I don't think he would have fit.
All right. The next one I have is Prime. In his prime, don't think when I bring up these guys, don't think goofy WWF gimmick. Prime, Kurt Hennig.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What do you think, Phantom?
I'm a no.
No one to Mr. Perfect.
Really?
I don't know. I don't want to say that. So you got Ric Flair is always like the leader, and then you got the guys that are below him are like An was always very good, Tully was very good, but they weren't really superstars alone. Like they were under like the Ric Flair was the star of the show, and
Yeah.
he had all people to fall under him. So that anytime they put any guys in there that the stardom was almost equal, it was only just to set up the rivalry of like Ric Flair's going to kick him out, and I don't think he's a good fit because he would be the best worker of the whole crew.
I could totally see Kurt and Tully Blanchard being a tag team, though. I could see the two of them as a tag team. That'd be pretty badass.
How about you, Edward? You're sitting over there kind of silent. See, this is right up your alley. You never add to the wrestling stuff. I bring something, and it's one of your favorite groups of all time. You should be all over this.
I am. I'm just listening. I'm listening.
He's pondering. He's pondering.
I mean, I can't talk over like freaking 5 other people.
We do it all the time. I'm doing it right now.
Well, that's part of the problem.
try harder.
There's no
Ed.
timing.
Try harder.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he would have fit in good. I don't agree with that.
Professor, what do you think?
Ryan answered that perfectly. I really like what Ryan said. I totally agree with that whole thing with he's almost as good. He probably is a better wrestler than any other one there. And like you said, Flair was always the leader. So I don't think it would have meshed well.
So I got a couple more guys. Ready? You know this one was coming, Phantom. The ravishing one. Rick Rude.
Rick Rude.
Four Horsemen material?
I'm going no.
Nope.
Ed?
No.
Okay.
He's too strong on his own.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he like. I honestly think that he would be like the group would have held him back, or it
Yep.
just wouldn't have meshed well. The
Well,
story wouldn't have been good.
don't forget, they had Luger in there, and they
It
thought
sucked.
that they had bigger things in store for him as a rival. But then they bring in Barry Windham, and people think that that's the greatest Horseman group of all time. I don't know. Is the original better than the Barry Windham version? What do you think?
I like you
They're
with
pretty
Barry.
close. Yeah, I
I
like
like
it with
Barry.
Barry. Ole was an anchor on that whole thing.
Yeah.
He should have never been involved in that.
He was
I don't know
wallpaper.
if that was.
I think the original setup too was that On and Ole with the tag team.
Right.
Your mid card guy was Tully, and then Ric Flair was the main event guy.
Right.
And which is for all groups going forward. That should always be the set. I hate these WWE groups where every guy is already established. Those groups are bring-alongs. You take a superstar that you don't really know what to do with them. You give them a group, and if anybody outgrows the group, they use that to put them out onto their own. And then the other guys that don't have that ability either fall off or they just stay as bottom of the card kind of guy.
All right, I got two more. This one is tough for me because he was huge on his own, but he was before that a tag team with Tully Blanchard, Gino Hernandez. Gino in his prime with the Gucci stuff and what do you think? I see you shaking your head, Thomas. What do you got?
I think he's too close to. He was trying to steal Flair's gimmick a lot, to be honest with you, with the whole thing. So I don't think they would have meshed well.
Yeah.
Can only be one Nature Boy.
Phantom?
I mean,
I think I kind of like. I think you might fit in pretty good.
I'm kind of with you on that too. Him and Tully and on his own.
I don't know if those guys are too country boy to have.
Yeah.
Hernandez.
Miami Vice.
Well, he was all of his promos. He was a wicked dick, dude.
Oh yeah, definitely arrogant.
Like you just wanted. Tully had that too. Like the thing you go. I say this all the time with an older eye. Like when we watch the movies, you go back. There's two guys. I said this to the Phantom multiple times. I hated him as a kid. Hated him. But you go back and you watch them with an older eye. If you're gonna go into pro wrestling right now and you want to be a heel, and MJF has kind of that to him, you got to look at Tully Blanchard and you got to look at Don Morocco. These guys, like, they did not give a shit at all. And they, like, gave the presentation that they were better than you. They're getting away with murder. You know, they're going out every night. They're spending shitloads of money, doing all the stuff that you would want to do, but you can't do it. You know what I mean? It's like they had that, but they were chicken shit too. Like, they'll jump you with a group and, but they're supposedly tough, so they draw you in. And MJF has that. So whatever he's doing, he's probably the only person in pro wrestling still watching old VHS tapes for cheap heat. So on the fence with Gino or kind of 50-50 with that?
Man.
No, sir.
I'm with
I can see with the Freebirds. I can see with the Freebirds.
Oh, not me.
Listen, I got one more.
If they're politically correct.
This is kind of like a way out in left field kind of wild card pick, but I kind of really like him. Austin Idol. What do you think, Phantom?
Nah, stiff.
Professor Austin Idol?
No.
Ed?
Not to say he wasn't. I don't think he was a total stiff, but I don't think he fit in with that group. He had that group was all like Midwestern, and he's kind of Memphis, like had that little Southern twang going.
What the fuck is he?
That's I had to Google him.
Austin Idol.
Who?
That's what I said.
Did he have another name I might know, Mads?
Iron
Please.
Mike McCord?
Plus, can only one of them use a figure four?
Yeah,
Was he Spike Dudley? Like, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, there you go. You win on that one. No Las Vegas leg lock.
That's the trained eye right there.
Yeah. See? I just figured I would throw that out there. I thought it was good for talking points because there's so many guys that were in that kind of mold, and I just I look for stuff to bring everybody into the mix with the wrestling talk because I know Ed kind of gets lost a little bit with it, but I always like to try to bring whether it's a magazine or something just to kind of bring these newer fans back to a little bit of old school flavor. And it got Brad to Google Austin Idol.
Four Horsemen.
Brad, text me later. Let me know who he is.
Brad, what was your take on Cena's answers on that podcast? Is this man like a trained politician?
Yeah, I saw this meme and it was like, you're about to watch for the next 90 minutes the most robotic, like
it's so weird, dude.
Monotone responses ever. And that's how Cody and Cena both talk.
Like Cody kind of asks him a question about like over all your time, and you're talking about giving back to the kids, and you know it's for the next group, and blah blah blah. And he's like, "Who are the guys when you came in? Do you think like helped you the most?"
Yeah.
And his answer was like, "Oh, it's the fans. Like, oh, if it wasn't for the fans, if the fans are the most important part of all it, I'm like, come on, dude. Like, can you like just answer a question? Like, even if you don't want to answer, just say like the Undertaker. He's like the leader of the room. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
He just reeks of insincerity. Like something weird. Like coming up, John Cena was always like how I always kind of took him, or any of the interviews that I seen like that's old was like he was like a frat boy.
Yeah.
In the back, as far as his personality went. And I mean, whatever. I know, like you kind of grow out of it, or whatever. You're not gonna stay the same person that you were when you're in your 20s than you are when you're probably pushing 50. But
allegedly,
yeah, I don't know. Just the way that he answers questions, the way he speaks, like he tries to keep everything so clean, and then every once in a while, it's all like yeah, you know, dude, like I don't know. It's just it's kind of weird.
Oh, he's super weird. Just go watch any rerun with him and Nikki Bella. It's weird. He's a weird dude.
Yeah, and you would think that a guy from Massachusetts would have way more personality than that, right?
Yeah, he's weird. He's a weird guy. Like he got mad because she made dinner on his brand new countertops. Like he's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, like not that Hogan's personality was different, but we've talked about before how seemed like he was a bullshitter, and then you see the Ric Flair thing, and he's like. He's an old man and he can't let go of the gimmick. And you see Cena, and it's like these guys that are at the top of the mountain that could just come out and just have a regular personality, and everybody already loves you. You don't need to put no butter on it. It's you find the way you are. I just find it odd.
I guess that rule.
Cena's probably got so many like WWE secrets and Vince McMahon stories that like we won't hear it till he's old and the CTE sets in.
So my exception to that rule, Phantom, is who as an older dude, and it's not the Undertaker because I can't make heads or tails of that guy.
He's a company man.
The guy that I love his retirement life, and he seems like just like the coolest older dude from that generation for
Stone Cold.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That guy's got money that he probably can never spend. He seems like just
alimony.
The most older, laid back dude. Like just
he really doesn't give a shit about anything except his cats.
Yep. Yeah.
He's got that farm, right? He lives in like Nevada, like now in this remote area. He's got like 900 acres of land, and he barely makes any appearances anymore. And when he does, it's like everybody loves him. He just knows when to come back. And like he grew up in that perfect time where the territories were ending, and his career got cut short because he probably could have got another 5 out of it. But for me, he's not a Ric Flair. He's not Stone Cold either. Like he's not that like. I'm the ultimate ass kicker. He just seems like he's the retired guy, Hall of Famer. When he comes back, he might be the biggest selling merchandise star that they've ever had. And you would never know it. you
I
would
think
never.
the
He's
Stone
not The
Cold
Rock.
character
Look
was
how
very
phony The Rock is.
yeah. I think the Stone Cold character was very close to his real personality.
Oh,
Just
100%.
turned up to 1,000. Like
Right.
Right.
but it's we've talked about Bret Hart. Bret Hart's a strange dude. Like
Weird.
even like say like HBK. Not odd because he's like wicked religious now. But if somebody starts talking to him about something, it's not like he won't bring up the past and say, "Oh, back in the day, like I would have been like." So it's like he's changed, but when he talks about his past, it's like, he doesn't talk about it like it didn't happen. Like he'll still lean into it, and and just be like that, how I used to be, kind of thing. So like he doesn't really hit that so much as some of these other guys, but it's like such a like Sting doesn't really talk so much. I like to get like a solid interview with him just to see what his thoughts are on things.
He
'Cause I
seems
see
like a little strange too, though.
yeah,
Who's that?
he still does shows, and like I'll see. I don't know. It just looks odd, I guess, with the long beard. Like he's like still like kind of like holding on to like being Sting, even though he's like
Oh, Sting. Well,
Is
he
it-
he just announced his next Comic-Con or WrestleCon appearance coming up here in like a week or two is his last with the makeup. He's not going to
yeah.
do
It's like if you're Sting and you're retired, yeah, go make your money, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm not painting my face like Sting to go sign autographs. Like I'm
Yeah,
in
he said
like
one
I'm in
more
Demolition, and I'm not
and
gonna
he's
have nobody
done.
sign for me if I don't have the paint on.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And the other thing too, on that, I didn't watch the whole podcast, but the clip that I did see was Cena talking about advice that he had gotten when he was coming through. So Austin made an appearance in 2006 and 2007 when Cena had the belt, and I don't know if it was like WrestleMania in Anaheim or SummerSlam in Anaheim or something like that. And John Cena like went up to him and he's like, "Oh, it's great having you, being the ultimate like, thank God you're here, like we're, like welcoming or whatever." And I guess they were like in the arena. And Stone Cold looks at him and he's like, yeah, kid. He goes, "Oh, it's, I'm happy to be here, whatever. You're doing a great job. But when I was here, we didn't put the black curtain up."
Yep.
And he's like, but see, you take that as sarcasm, but what he's telling him is, dude, the business isn't like it was. It's like you're doing a great job, but you're not. It's not just you that's not drawing. It's different.
Yeah.
So I mean, I like that about him. He's like still from the old school, trained by Chris Adams, started at the tail end of World Class. Legit. When he was technical wrestler, Ryan will tell you, I loved him when he was stunning Steve Austin in the Dangerous Alliance. I thought he was underused in WCW, and he had a couple title runs there, not with the big belt, but with the mid card stuff, and he was great. He was mobile. He had that stun gun finish from Eddie Gilbert. I loved him. And then to transition into what he is, now to what he was, great. Anybody want to add to any of the wrestling stuff?
I was going to say the worst question that Cena actually answered was, what was your greatest match? And I was waiting for him to say the RVD. I was waiting for him to ask him the question, and his answer was CM Punk and Saudi. Not because it was a great match, but because of the controversy that Punk had going back to Saudi, because he must have said some off-color remarks about the Saudi people or how they live or whatever. And I don't know if a fan approached him about like, "Oh, you shouldn't be in my country," and he kind of apologized, and they had a little hug fest, and like of his whole career of wrestling, that was his greatest match because of the implications of this fans forgiving him for what he had said and taking his apology. That's like, come on, dude.
That's a weird one.
It's so weird. It's so weird.
Not the feud he had with Eddie Guerrero or any of that stuff. None of that stuff. It's
funny. He doesn't like to talk about any of the guys that he worked with, really. Yeah. But he loves to say like that Eddie Guerrero was his guy because it's like Eddie Guerrero's dead, and it's like he almost like doesn't want to talk about any of the guys that he actually like really like worked with. It's kind of, I don't know. Like I said, The
The
interview was
call
very,
bullshit.
very good, but it's more of me just like listening to his answers and being like,
Oh yeah,
I don't
he's
know.
weird.
Maybe that there's truthful answers. It just seemed odd to me that would be his answers.
He
I'm
is a
also wondering
weird. He's a weird
maybe
guy.
20 years from now he's not in Hollywood anymore. Maybe he'll give you more real answers. I think right now he's still kind of like Rock. It's kind of like, oh, I still got this Hollywood image I'm doing.
It's not like the questions that they were asking him was anything that is like
Right.
going to get you in trouble or like that.
Yeah.
I can see like, hey, whatever. If you got a future to look towards, you got to be politically correct in how you answer stuff. But
Yeah.
the questions that he's asking, he wasn't asking anything. He was giving them freaking softballs, and the answers that he was giving back were like freaking seemed like they were BS.
I gotta add, not just because I brought up the Eddie Guerrero thing, but I know Brad's a little younger than us, but when we were watching wrestling full time, dude, there was nobody I ever remember saying, "Hey, my top 3 favorite wrestlers," and Eddie Guerrero was in it. Now all of a sudden, there's like a whole generation that like Eddie Guerrero's their favorite wrestler. I'm like, I don't get it. I like him.
He's in my top, but I grew up with Eddie. Like he wasn't like, like you guys came on this. He came on the scene to you guys, and you had all those other greats before him. Like I came up. Rey Mysterio was in my top 10. Eddie Guerrero. I was never a fan of John Cena. I'm still not a fan.
I'm with you.
I think John Cena is a narcissistic, chauvinist, overacting, over wrestling. Like nothing about John Cena screams to me superstar goat. I don't like him. But Eddie was always up there for me, man. And I'm gonna say his name. I know you're gonna be upset.
Tom's guy.
He was one of the Four Horsemen. Chris Benoit was my guy. He was my guy. I mean, before obviously minus the murder thing.
Yeah,
like, he was my guy.
Pre-CTE, he was mine.
It's crazy because we're talking wrestling, and it just seems like that there's always these forks in the road with wrestling fans, especially the hardcore fans, and not hardcore the way you think ECW. I'm talking about fans that were immersed in everything. You bought the wrestling magazines, you rented or watched the VHS stuff, you taped stuff if you couldn't watch it. Just that's what I call a hardcore fan. You either were a Ric Flair or a Hulk Hogan guy. And then it was like you were either a WCW or a WWF guy. Then you were either a Rock or a Stone Cold guy. There was never like, oh, I'm an Eddie Guerrero guy or I'm a Chris Benoit guy. It was always like,
you're right.
In these defining, like, draw the line in the sand as a fan. Where are you? And that defines like how we're having a conversation, just like this. And it just seems like that people have gone back and explored like how good Eddie was. That with that lying and cheating, stealing thing, like the thing with the belt, like I hit somebody with the belt, but I threw it at the other guy, like he hit me and I fell down. That stuff is fantastic, but it's like when's the last time you saw the little nuances of the hair pull? Like you got somebody in a headlock and you're pulling them by the hair without the referee seeing. You don't have to do like the 5-star frog splash or kick out of like a pile driver when it's supposed to be like a legit fight, dude. You're pulling somebody's hair, you got a freaking pencil in your pocket, you're poking somebody with it. When was the last time you saw them choke a guy in the corner with the tag rope?
Dean Malenko.
Right. Or get somebody down in a headlock and you take the strings on your trunks and you put it around their throat without the referee. Where's all that little stuff? They don't teach that stuff anymore in like these elaborate wrestling schools anymore.
I think it's sexual harassment.
What they need to do is teach the female wrestlers how to take a bump when they throw them into the goddamn steel steps, bro. Because this is 2 in like 2 months that have been put out of commission. Jade got her face split, and Raquel Rodriguez got a golf ball size knot. It is in CTE protocol for the foreseeable future.
You
don't know how to take a bump. It's fucking ridiculous.
You need to either give them their own show or just make them all valets. That way they can get dolled up the way they do in the ring, and then they can do their small little spots like grabbing a foot or, Go to
Yeah.
the Sherry Martel, Missy Hyatt school of how to be a valet and just go from there.
Just
Bring
teach them
back
how to
Vogue.
run into the steel steps, man. Like it ain't that fucking hard, bro. Like, come on.
Brad, tell us how you really feel.
Just go give them like a 30-minute remedial class of how to take this, run your head into it, put your hands down, hit it, Come on, man.
Brad, have you ever thrown any women into steel steps before?
No comment.
Okay, thank you. So, Thomas, do you want to take the floor and do some shitty picks, or do you have something to add to the?
I got one more wrestling thing. I don't know, not to
Hell
get
yeah.
too political on here, but did you guys see Mick Foley this week?
Oh, what a
He told
bum.
WWE that he's done with them. His contract, his Legends deal runs out in June. He said he's not doing any more appearances with them because of their affiliation with Donald Trump.
Wow.
He said that they're too close to him, and so he said it doesn't align with what he believes in, so he's done.
I didn't see that, Tom, but I did see a pretty decent thing that he was praising MJF, and he said
Yes.
that he had a whole storyline. He was talking to MJF, and he had a whole storyline of working with MJF. So could you imagine that? I think that would
Mhm.
not. I don't know the physical side of it, but I'm just saying, like, would think that two guys that have that wrestling polish could put on a pretty good promo back and forth. What do you think? Phantom? What do you think? You got something to add to that?
No, I agree with you. I think you Mick Foley's an all timer. He can speak. He can back in the day obviously take his bumps for a guy that wasn't like a technical wrestler. Guy could wrestle his ass off, tell a story without ever opening his mouth. So I think you could put that guy into anything, and you know him. I think he's game for taking a beating from one of these young guys too if he was in the storyline. So it's like I don't want to see the guy come back and hurt himself at his advanced age and knowing the problems that he already has. But no, I think there's definitely a spot for him still in the wrestling business.
Tom, you want to close it up with some shitty picks or what?
Sure.
Take it away.
All right. Do my lead in. 1973 podcast is brought to you by Leet Hockey Company. At Leet Hockey, it's all about the game. Whether you're a seasoned pro, a weekend warrior, or lacing up for the very first time, they've got you covered. From top tier gear and custom equipment to apparel, live event experiences, and full team support, Leet Hockey is built by hockey players for hockey players. This isn't just a brand, it's a community, a place where players of every level can stay sharp, play hard, and live hockey. So if you want to elevate your game, support a company that supports the hockey world, and join a movement that's growing fast, check out LeetHockey.com today and tell them the crew from the 1973 podcast sent you.
That's us.
So my shitty pick this week, even though you're forcing me to work while they're playing right now,
Looking
and
good.
I know they're
Looking
up
good.
10-0 already, but I'm going with OU over Alabama. I just think
Oh,
Alabama's got no offense. Their running back is hurt. The quarterback is playing hurt. OU's offense isn't that great, but their defense is, I think, fifth in the country. I'm going with OU in this game anyway.
Well, Ed, you want to hop on the football talk for a little bit before Tom buries me with my Flyers talk? But go ahead.
No, go ahead and bury him with the Flyers.
Thomas, want to bring
Well,
up
first, before I do that, I just want to say I want to go on a little rant about the NCAA and just say they need to do away with the regular bowl games. All these players are backing out. It's like watching I won't say a JV game, but all these guys are sitting out now. It's not worth it to watch the bowl games. And I used to love watching these games, but if you look at each game, there's like at least five or six guys that are starters that are sitting out because they don't want to get hurt before the draft. So to me, it's useless right now to do those. Just stay with the playoff system. Get rid of the bowl games, especially now where you have teams that are under 500 playing in these games. It's ridiculous.
Delaware wasn't getting you excited the other day?
No.
At least it looked like Michigan.
I've been saying to do away with bowl games. I think I said that on the podcast this time last year. Nobody cares. And Ed, right? Nobody cares.
It does.
This is not the college football that we grew up with, where I remember having an argument with people where they was like, college football is better than pro football because they're playing for heart, for passion, for the love of the game, because they were getting paid, but under the table. Go watch that Ed Ogeron interview where he was like, "Ain't nothing changed. We just paid him in the front door instead of the back door." Right? Like nothing's changed, man. But now with the NIL, the playoff, and the way the system is set up, the bowl games cannot coexist with the current playoff system. It can't. They've got to do away with them. Teams, full teams, not just Notre Dame. A lot of teams backed out of bowl games, and now individual players are backing out because it's a meaningless game, like Tom said, and they want to go get ready for the draft. It ain't the same college football. Get rid of them.
So let me add, you're saying, Brad, that you're a fan of paying for the back door?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good man. Go
Not
ahead.
my back door.
Oh.
What'd you guys think of the football game last night?
Oof.
That thing was freaking great.
That was exciting.
That thing was like an all-timer.
Probably the best game of the season.
Wow.
Mike McDaniel's off my Christmas list. Cost me money.
Hey, you know who screwed that game up? McVay.
I'll just say the refs.
Because they what were they up? 30-14. Well, they throw the interception. Donald throws the interception. They get the ball back. They don't run the ball not one time. Take no time off the clock. Punt. They run the kick back. They get the ball back again. Still don't run the ball. And then they end up losing the game. Well deserved.
Puka Nakua, though. Just saying.
Saying the refs just want to get on TV.
Yeah.
Hey, he called out the refs. They lost. He called out the refs again. Then he deleted the tweet.
The best part about that whole thing was so throws the pass backwards, hits the defensive lineman in the head.
Oh.
The ball goes in the end zone, and they're trying to say that who picked up the ball?
Charbonnet.
Charbonnet picks up the ball, and they're like, "That's a heads-up play." I'm like, he was just picking up the ball because it was at his feet.
He thought the play was over.
Oh man, crazy.
Play to the whistle, boys. Play to the whistle.
Ed, this is your segment. Some food for thought.
I'm gonna have to circle back to what Brad said about these bowl games. First and foremost,
Been sitting on it. It's been brewing.
Is it about the back door, paying for back door?
No.
Hey, at least in the back door, they can't get pregnant.
There's that. Oh my God.
Send that to Scotty right now.
Yeah. No, the thing about it is just like all these guys sitting out. It's like, don't you understand that it's extra reps to play? Like most of these guys, you're not gonna play your 3 years in the NFL to get a sniff for your pension. It's not gonna happen. Play the football game. I mean, think about this. Roll Tide spends $180,000 per player for all sports to eat and train in their facilities. That's a real number. And like you're telling me that like we can't figure out. I mean, now think about this. Ohio State is $37 million in the red. Why? They're paying players. Well, where's this money coming from? And the thing about it is just like, okay, so where is this television revenue? Because all these bowl games are driven by television revenue. I mean, the game with Delaware the other night, I mean, that was in Mobile. First and foremost, I live basically 2.5 hours away from Mobile, heard nothing about it until the night of the game. Okay.
Right?
Right? Heard nothing about it. Brad lives 60 minutes away.
Yeah.
Brad heard nothing about it.
I knew it was a football
There
game.
was nobody in the stands. Nobody.
Yeah.
Not even the parents of the kids.
No.
You know? And that's the thing about it. It's just like, you're playing Delaware. I mean, it's not like they travel well. I mean, it's not like Michigan or Oklahoma or Alabama or, USC. They don't travel. I mean, they're relatively new. So, I mean, I don't understand. Why do we need to have 40 bowl games? Well, the reason why is because ESPN wants that. So they're not going to go away from the bowl games. And this whole, I mean, I personally think that James Madison is going to get waxed tomorrow night. I mean, Oregon is just going to take them out behind the woodshed and just whoop them. I mean, do you think that Notre Dame, it should be over? They should have gone in over Notre Dame? Well, I mean, strength of schedule, probably not. But I mean, Notre Dame, I mean, typically would have better athletes. So I don't know. I just think that the bowl season is just going to get bigger, and eventually college football is going to basically, implode on itself because the money's not going to be there to pay everybody. That's my take.
Next year, when Lane breaks college football with all his NIL money, they're gonna make changes.
Yeah, well, maybe they can fix the library at LSU first.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Oh, I don't disagree with you on that one. I mean, it's gonna happen.
I'm out of eggnog, boys.
Thomas,
Yo,
got anything to add, or are you moving on?
I'll move on. I want to get you're pretty quiet on the sports talk so far, so I want to get your take on your Philadelphia Flyers. Have a little controversy. Your radio guy got suspended today by the team for saying an offhanded joke where he thought he was off air. He thought had thrown it to a commercial. He did not, and he got caught saying a joke, and he got suspended for it. What's your take?
Let's hear the blowback.
I would love to see the actual what he was looking at to make that comment, to kind of compare and contrast the statement.
They said he was talking to Todd Fatorik. True story. That's like the color guy.
I don't know how stuff like that happens. I think they should cut the mics off when they go to commercial or whatever, just for, if you can't have, I'm not defending it, but
I am.
What we talk
I am
about
too.
What we talk about before we start recording is a lot different than what we talk about when we can record. So it would be I wouldn't be doing you guys any justice if I recorded some of the things we talk about and put it out. So I think when they go to a commercial, the mic should be cut so that they can have their banter or whatever. I don't know, just my take. Go ahead, Ed.
First and foremost, they all are on a 7-second delay, so they could have hit the dump button on that first and foremost. Okay, and then number two, anybody that knows anything about production, if there's a microphone, think that it's hot. It's a hot microphone. So there's both things. It could be prevented, like knowing that if there's a microphone, you're doing the broadcast for the Flyers. Guaranteed the mic's probably going to be hot, right? And then, but the thing is, it's like, why didn't they 7-second delay it on the dump? It seems to me like they're trying to drive, they're trying to send a message here because, like, if you ever watch like TV on on an antenna and then you watch it on cable, it's a 7 and 10 second delay. Why? Because they have the dump button on it.
I don't think it got picked up on FCC because it was what he said wasn't that bad.
When I saw the article this morning, I thought it was just one of those fake clickbaits to get you to go to another site. That happens a lot with the entertainment stuff where you see a headline, and I didn't know that it happened during the broadcast. I had watched part of the game before I left to go to the rink, and I don't hear any of the radio broadcast at all. Everything was on an ESPN feed. I think it was Butcher Grass that was doing the game. So it was news to me when I saw it this morning. I said, that's got to be BS. And when I clicked on it, they played the audio, and I was like, wow, I was surprised. I didn't think in this day and age with everything being so PC policed out that it would ever happen. But not saying the comments don't happen. I'm just saying that the setup of technology, I don't think it should happen. But Shaggy,
they went to like the commercial break, and they didn't shut the mics off, and there was like you could hear him like waiting, and then all of a sudden he's talking to the guy that does the color part of the broadcasting. I don't know if the guy went down to pick up the pen or he did something, and he says to him, "Hey, why are you down there? Blow me."
Oh, that's it.
That's it. And it's like, who's listening to hockey on a freaking radio? Like, even if you are, that's going to be all dudes. It's going to be all like who are you offending? And
Right.
it's not like it wasn't like you did it and you were like you're on a kids show for like
Kid show.
yeah, dude, that's everything.
Yeah.
These people
How long are you suspended for?
2 games.
2 games.
Oh, that's not
That's
bad.
nothing. Yeah.
Put the
Still.
microphone on the ice and hear what they say on the
Yeah,
ice.
exactly.
It's like,
Put in the
Bruh.
stands.
how about this? Can we just everybody have a laugh and be like, "Ah, you're lucky you didn't say something worse than that." You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought the way y'all was talking, I thought he dropped the N-word or something.
No,
Like that's
nothing racial, nothing.
He's from
Yeah, that's-
Philadelphia.
Religious, not political.
that's
He's above the
easy.
Mason-Dixon line.
America's team.
America's team.
Tom, have anything else to add this week with the actual hockey stuff? Or
Yeah, well, I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but it looks like John Henry and Fenway Sports is selling the Penguins to Hoffman's group or something like that. Some group called Hoffman's.
Tell him the Red Sox too.
I wish. Don't even get
So,
me started
just
on
the Red
that.
Sox instead. Wouldn't it be great if the new owner came in and says, "Hey, let's blow up all these contracts"? Then they got to move Sid and all those guys. That'd be wild.
well, I don't think they're gonna move Sid, but I keep hearing blurps about the Malkin thing that when they might move him at the trade deadline to somebody. The rumor is Florida because of Barkov and to give him a chance at another cup. But what happens if Barkov comes back like Mark Stone style and they got him and Malkin plus that crew that they already got? It would be. I'm not a huge Malkin fan. He is super, super talented. And do I think he would fit in with that group? Yeah. Because he wouldn't have to do much. Even if he just got power play time, that's like points galore for him. So yeah, I mean, the plot always thickens with that NHL trade deadline. I still think it's one of the best ones in sports. That and the
Crazy
free
part about
agent,
it is Penguins might make the playoffs and they won't.
I wouldn't count them out though. We'll see. You never know. Maybe with Stuart Skinner there, maybe they won't make the playoffs now. Who knows? He had a bad night the other night with Leon there. That they're the only team in NHL history that has 5,000 goal scorers, 1,000-point scorers. That's pretty epic considering they're not one of the original 6. So Edmonton can have all those, those point totals, but I guess getting over that hump with the cup before they turn it to the Leafs, where it's been a run before they've kind of dried up.
How about Jari? Already hurt
Yep.
on the IR.
Yep. See you later.
Three games in. Thanks for the trade.
Yep. Tom, add anything or
I think I'm done.
Phantom?
Nah, nothing.
Brad, it's your turn. Tom, bring us into the world of the strange.
Okay. Brad's tinfoil hat conspiracy of the week is brought to you by RC Custom Cards. Do you collect cards?
You
Want something truly unique in your hands? RC Custom Cards turns ordinary cards into extraordinary, custom designed trading cards created just for you. Whether you're celebrating a milestone, honoring a team or friend, or building a one-of-a-kind collection, RC Custom Cards creates premium personalized cards built to impress. Great quality, great design, and 100% custom, made for collectors, fans, and anyone who wants something special. Are you ready to elevate your collection? Head to rccustomcards.com and see what they can create. Tell them you heard it on the 1973 podcast.
All right, Bradford.
So I had this RC custom card made of Lucas to be able to get we caught a pretty candid shot of him, kind of his pre-at-bat routine where he just kind of telling himself a little prayer. Anyway, had it sent off, got it graded. I picked the like the retro like Topps baseball card version because that's what I like. I didn't want the hologram and all the sparkly shit in mine. I wanted like old school, and then on the back you can like put their stats. So really neat. It's only like $40, man. But anyway, so tinfoil hat today is the day the Department of Justice has declared as the day that the Epstein files are supposed to release in their full entirety. Is it going to happen? Probably not. Are we going to mistakenly or accidentally fall into a war with a country with a lot of oil that rhymes with Venezuela? More than likely, it's going to happen. We've got the naval blockade. We're taking over oil tankers and seizing them and Venezuela said they're poised to attack and they're going to fire back at us, and we're already in a position. And fully expect a false flag event to happen. And so then that got me going down the rabbit hole. And I found, well, Sam Tripoli, one of the tinfoil hat conspiracy theory podcasts I listen to, has a whole episode that just dropped like 2 days ago about the false flag of Palooza that's been going on for the last year or so. Everything from Trump getting shot in Pennsylvania to his miraculous gunshot wound healing like almost overnight to how they ushered all the people to safety when that happened. And then there's footage of like the security bringing the photographers back in and staging them in the right spot for the flag to lower behind Trump for the perfect photo that went into Time magazine and everything to the chick on the railroad track getting stabbed in the neck. Now they're saying now it's kind of faked, and some internet sleuths went down a rabbit hole on that and found that that woman's photo was actually she died in like 2023 in Ukraine, and her photo has been like used and reused several times for like propaganda. So the woman in the subway was a fake death, is what they're saying, and then the photo story was shared as fake. Everything's fake, man, and it got me thinking even more. And I'm sitting here at work one day, and I got this boomer in front of me who is a diehard MAGA, and she is totally into Fox News as the truth. And then I got a boomer to my left at work, and she's diehard liberal. So everything she does is CNN. I got to hear both of them, like which news is the best, and this news is truth, and this news is truth. And I'm like, you're both idiots. It's all fake. It's all fake news. And not just because it's a Trump thing, because I don't believe shit the news says. I like to go down the deepest, darkest like web of Instagram and TikTok. That's where you find the real news. And that shit ain't getting published on CNN and Fox News, man. So I don't know. My tinfoil hat is like everything's fake, dude. It's all false flag. It's Operation Mockingbird. Is that what it's called, Ed? Like when the news and the media like controls like the CIA stuff. And then even MK Ultra shit, man. Like it's so weird to me now that we get so many active shooter situations. It used to be like once a year or once every couple years. And then it went to once a year. Now it's like one every month.
Yep.
And the Brown University one, I know that's pretty close to y'all, right? But
Yep.
just the
Really
whole
close.
thing where it was like, there's no lead, there's no lead, there's no lead. We know nothing. Here's some grainy CCTV footage. And then the next thing I hear is, we found him. He's dead in a storage container. I'm like, what? Could you just take this out of like a Mission Impossible movie and like you just stealing scripts from Hollywood to give to the public and you know these if you only watch Fox News and you only watch CNN and that's the only news you take in and you believe that mess, then you're thinking like, oh, what is going on, right? But to the rest of us, it's like, man, this starting to get a little ridiculous. It's starting to be a little unbelievable, man. I don't know, man. And then the whole shooting in Australia. I mean, RIP to the people that actually died. But have y'all seen the footage of that? First of all, the footage of these things is too readily accessible. I can only imagine teenage kids now on these platforms who are just watching CK get murked, innocent people getting murked in malls and shootings. It's everywhere now. You cannot avoid it. And I'm sure that's all part of the mind control. But the one in Australia, I mean, this dude, they're both just like fat slobs, unathletic, not tactical. Looks like they never picked up a rifle before. An innocent Good Samaritan bystander walks up, disarms one of the dudes, pushes him down. Somehow the dude gets to his feet, gets to his partner on the bridge, gets his rifle back, and I'm like, what the freak just happened right here, man? Um, it's like the more I watch these things, the more questions I get. Like it's not it's I think when it started, maybe when Columbine was the first one that I can remember, it was just a clear cut, some troubled kids got some rifles, went to school and did some bad shit. And they took that formula and they just haven't been able to recapture it. And every year, every time it happens, it gets worse and more unbelievable with everyone. Like at some point, somebody's got to have. We're gonna have to ask the questions, man. Someone's got to be like, nah, there's always a manifesto. There's always the Facebook post that lead them to think, oh, it was going to happen. Even the guy that shot at Trump, as unbelievable as that was, they pinged cell phone towers and found that some people from the FBI and him were like going to the same places and meeting in the same coffee shops and right around the corner from each other. Like the internet now has made information way too accessible for us that we can investigate these things on our own, but we just get called conspiracy theorists. Like it's weird shit, man. And we could do a whole episode on the Charlie Kirk stuff, man. Like how the guy that's taking over for him on Turning Point is a guy that Erica Kirk used to date. In 2017, she said she had no boyfriend, so she met Charlie because they were just a true love story, and they met through a job interview and double Trump and beauty pageants, you know. Um, and the internet sleuths came to the rescue. Like, hey, well, what about this Facebook post? You guys were at a paint date and you guys are painting pictures and shit. And then the very next day, Charlie Kirk's playing basketball with him at the YMCA, and now he's taking over. Oh, man, I have questions, dude. None of this shit make it's all a club and it's all a secret party, and none of us are invited, man. None of us are invited. It's bullshit. I don't understand it. And I'm retired now, so I don't get the 1776 check. Bullshit ass kid. Yo, the veterans don't get shit.
But Brad, at least it's gone from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3 and a Schedule 3 now.
Bruh. Now the feds have to make it not illegal. That's what I'm waiting on.
It's
'Cause
right
my
on.
job is federal, so I gotta wait for them to make it not a thing. So
Bradford, I gotta ask you this. I don't have the access to a military background like you have, but the conspiracy theories run deep with me too. I still think that there's as much as it pains me that we have too much information as far as access to thinking about big things rather than we talked about this a week or two ago. Ignorance is bliss sometimes. When you knew less, you were happier. But I am a big fan of searching for knowledge, maybe not in a book anymore, but the whole tree of life and how it branches off into different things. We're not talking about where babies come from. We're talking about who we are as people and why we've gotten if we've gotten screwed all these years with it just being a total lie. I saw something and I think I sent it to you because I always find these things on TikTok, and you're the first person I think of. How the going back to all these wars, especially the Civil War, how there's been these lines drawn in the sand where stuff just doesn't make sense. You're taught the same thing in school, no matter what age demographic you are, whether you're my parents' age or my kids' age, it's the same narrative. Nobody ever updates that narrative. It's been the same narrative. And it seems like that these pockets of these epic wars, whether it started at the Civil War where the Federal Reserve was created, and then how around World War One, how it was like this big mission to erase history and historical things that you can go like, hey, wait a minute, how can we build a chapel in the middle of France that looks like this with all these elaborate carvings with people that don't even have the workings to do it? And they did it in less than a year. But you can't even get a bridge fixed in your town with it out not taking like 5 years to do. And you have better tools and more manpower. It doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense. I think it's all part of, and we'll talk about this. The only tie-in I can make with all this, and we've agreed on it, is you got to keep the people the 99% and that 1%, because if not, you're not going to have anybody to clean toilets. If everybody was a billionaire, you'd have nobody that wants to do the menial jobs. Well, eventually, something's going to happen where that narrative is going to change. It's either going to change from something bigger than us or something drastic. And I don't know what that is, and maybe it'll never happen in our lifetime. But there is a narrative there that we're not told, whether it's as simple as looking at those World's Fairs and saying, how is it that all these epic fires happened all over in these major cities, in Boston, Chicago, and they all wiped out the World's Fairs? Like whatever was there was epic at the time, and it's all just been erased. And then whatever's still standing, the narrative of that is something that it's like, if you're free thinking you just got to look at it like, what the hell is going on? And it's all part of every conspiracy theory is based on what the hell is going on. And it's all part of one big thing that you have all these little pieces of the puzzle, but the whole ruse is for thinking like that, you're stupid. They spin it so you're crazy for thinking like that, but there's got to be more to it because you're a free thinker. And I thought that's what the whole basis of life is to be a free thinker. But uh, anybody want to add to the whole conspiracy thing?
The funny thing, Andy, is we always bitch when we're talking about the wrestling that keep the kayfabe alive. We want to be fooled. We want to. Our real life is kayfabe. All the stuff that happens in real life, we're all mocks for politics and everything else in between. So the stuff that we're looking for from the wrestling, we're actually living in our daily lives.
Yeah, don't tell me the truth no more.
Brad was talking about false flags. Well, we bombed Syria tonight, Brad. So that there you go.
Yep, I fully expect we go to war in Venezuela, and because they've already labeled them as a terrorist state that they're harboring Hamas, and damn it, what's the one out of Iran? It's a terrorist group out of Iran. I forget. It's not Hamas.
ISIS.
No, but they say anyway. They said they're harboring terrorists, and then they got all the oil. And you guys know when oil was labeled, who labeled oil as a fossil fuel and why? The Rockefellers.
Rockefellers.
The Rockefellers, because they stumbled on a bunch of oil and they were like, we don't know what to do with this shit. We want to make money off it. So let's tell everybody it's super scarce and limited and it's created by dinosaur bones, fossil fuels. And they've created this narrative that's generated our entire lifetimes that we're going to run out of oil. We're not running out of oil. It is literally the base foundational product in everything you own, from food to plastics to tires to car parts. It's in everything. People think of oil, they think of your car oil and gasoline. Bro, petroleum is in your fucking toothpaste. It is in your chewing gum. It is in everything. Everything.
Then Andy's Vaseline.
It's in your Vaseline, bro.
In your baby oil.
Or your KY. Hey, I want to, before we leave, I want to leave this tinfoil hat with a little bit of homework for next week. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's been some video popping up about the Joshua Tree National Forest. Have you seen the relic or whatever that mysteriously popped up there recently?
It's not the obelisk thing again, is it?
It's not an obelisk. It's like this funky looking tree. It's almost like what was that stone that was in Georgia that
the Georgia stones.
Yeah, okay. So it's along those lines, how it just came out of nowhere. But it's this, I don't think it's AI because multiple videos have been done on it. And I hope it's not another one of those things from Brazil. But it's this carving thing that popped up out of nowhere. And it looks like it's got all kinds of skulls like on it. I thought I might have sent it to you, Brad, through
I'm about to look it up.
The TikTok.
If you sent it through TikTok, I probably didn't see it. I'm so late to get to them, but I'm gonna go look it up.
Okay, so if you guys get a chance on your interweb searching, if you want to get a good conspiracy talk for next week, check out Joshua Tree National Forest and check out the relic that recently popped up. It looks very strange. So I just want your thoughts on that if you see it, because of course sometimes my conspiracy theories are bombarded with boobs, or sometimes it's bombarded with sports, sometimes it's bombarded with conspiracy theories. So all points in between from your 1973 podcast. So check that out.
Is it Bono?
We'll circle the wagons for next week.
It's the Edge.
It's the Edge or Bono?
So let's I thought this was a fun episode this week, a Christmas episode. I just want to wish everybody on the podcast, buddies that are part of the podcast that are on every week. I want to just, as an older Gen Xer, I wanted to wish everybody Merry Christmas, and hopefully, Santa's good to you. And yeah, that's from me to the boys. Hopefully, 2026 is going to be another good year for us. A lot of fun, and getting older together, right, fellas? Ed, what do you got this week for shout outs?
Well, let's see. I'd like to first say I have two things tonight. Well, three actually. Merry Christmas to you boys. It's always good to get together and everything like that. Number one, the second thing is congratulations to Scotty. Congratulations on getting married this evening. And then number three is that to the person that needs to get a very vicious divorce attorney, our thoughts are with you.
Allegedly, we don't know if that's true or not.
Shaggy, you can't add? You gonna follow that?
Yeah. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, goodwill towards all men.
I'm gonna save the professor to close the show. Kind of do damage control. Damage control. Phantom, care to add?
I'd like to thank Shaggy's hairdresser. You're looking sharp, kid.
Thanks, baby.
Yeah, the baby has more hair than you got.
I don't know about
Pre-cut.
that.
Bradford?
I want to end it with a Dolomite quote. You know business, born insecure, jock jawed motherfucker.
Nice.
Merry Christmas. Can't see me.
All right, Professor, you get to close the show and you get to clean up that mess.
I don't think I can, but well, I want to give a shout out to Scotty. Congratulations, buddy. Gonna throw this out there. Why weren't we invited? But
yeah, oh yeah,
true.
Stop being cheap.
But other than that, just want to give a shout out to my wife. She survived another first quarter of the school year. She's on vacation. She's already downstairs sleeping. She's going to be sleeping for the next 2 weeks on vacation.
Good time to slip it in. Go do it.
You said slip it in.
So from all the boys on the 1973 podcast, Merry Christmas, everybody. Nah, we'll see you next week.
Slip it in.
Dolemite!